absolutely one of those days, one of those evenings. Listen to me carefully. Just buckle up if this is your first time. If you're always coming back, we appreciate your team. No Excuses presents the Ray Lewis Show. I'm going to check in really quick. I've been traveling like crazy, finally found myself back home. But I found this secret sauce, I truly believe. And we're going to talk about it a little bit. When you're traveling the world, when you're seeing things, when you're doing things, when you're creating things, what starts to happen? You really realize, I'm living. I'm finally living it out, right? And I'm telling you, travel for me it's the greatest dictionary you can ever have, because you're always running into something. This week, we're going to challenge ourselves to live. I don't want to hold no beat, because I know Deacon, Reverend, Pastor Sanders got something for us today. Championship mentality. I have to get into this very quickly. I cannot wait. I miss my boy, Coach. You know I'm always coming to you. What's going on? How you been? You look good, Coach. You look good.
Oh, appreciate it, man. You know, we all getting ready for getting ready for the summer. And so, man, we focused over here, man. I'm not telling you no lies. I'm laser focused in on a lot of different things, man. It's a good time to be alive, man.
Bruh, I wanted to jump in real quick, man, because today's topic is about the permission to live. I'm talking about, I want everybody who's listening today, I want you to say these words. I give myself permission to live. Coach, it's from a place that we both understand. Sometimes nobody else can do nothing for you until you do it for yourself. But if you don't give yourself permission to let go of everything else and live, you will regret most of your life because of that one decision. Coach, I just wanted to dive into this really quick, bro, because this is something that's just been in my entire head lately, the permission to live. Talk to me, Coach.
Well, when you talk about permission to live, I think that's a great question, and that's a great topic. When I think about that, Ray, I think about why people don't give themselves permission to live. And I think one of the reasons why people don't give themselves permission to live is because they believe that they have to be perfect in order to get started. And let me tell you something, man. There are doctors that get sick. There are some eye doctors that wear glasses. There are some dentists that have cavities. There are some trainers that are obese. There are some businesses that are in great structure and are operational, but they're still not profitable.
Wow.
There are some pastors, Ray, that still sin. There are financial advisors, Ray, that still experience financial problems. The point I'm trying to make is you can't wait to be perfect in order to give yourself permission to live. Sometimes you have to just start right where you are and make a move, give yourself permission to live, go out. You're talking about traveling, man. Exposure is one of the greatest gifts that anyone can have, man, exposure. Yes. And man, it's no better time that we're living in to give yourself permission to live. You know, we always talk about time, right?
Yeah.
Imagine if we knew how many summers that we have left.
Wow.
And they don't have to depend on your age. What if you knew you only had 7 more summers left?
Wow.
10 more summers left. So when people talking about getting ready for the summertime, not just the summertime, but for life, man, live your life, man, do you. It's time.
Coach, you don't need permission to be you. We keep waiting for permission from people to be us. Listen to this, bro. If you want to give yourself permission to live your life, leave your past behind, but learn from it. Remember your pain, but use it. Don't abuse it. Like we have to get away from always thinking that somebody else controls my breakthrough. Right? Everything you said, there's no such thing as perfect. Somebody has to grasp this today. There's no such thing as perfect. But 90% of the reason why we can't find a better us is because somebody else sees us in a way that we've never saw ourselves.
You're talking about you don't need permission to be you. Who are we looking for permission from to be ourselves? If you can't be who you are, then the wrong people are around you. Now, I'm not saying that you being your authentic self, that you don't have room for growth. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying, if I can't be me,
my goodness,
around my environment, around my family, around my friends, then that's a problem. Now I got to be somebody else just to be accepted.
Right.
And that's not giving yourself permission to live, man.
But see, T, we got to go the elephant in the room, right? The elephant in the room is, I mean, we have real tragedies of people giving up because of what somebody says about them on social media. Like, bro, we are giving away our superpower. Our superpower is today, you have the ability to get up in your situation and say, I am giving myself permission to live. Live means carry on. Carrying on means trust your faith. Trusting your faith means being obedient to what you must sacrifice. It all comes back to principles, bro. It'll never change.
Hey, man, you either believe what other people say about yourself or you believe what God said about you, the one that created you, the source, the God, the king, the creator of the universe. I mean, you can have your opinions about me, whatever that is, good or bad, but there's no one that's going to make me change of what I believe, what God say who I am. I believe I am who God says that I am. And man, I had to deal with that years ago, and maybe someone dealing with that, man. And somebody may be growing up in an environment where you hearing those words, you ain't gonna be no good, you sorry, you gonna be, you just like your daddy, or wherever the case may be. And or social media comments, whatever it is, man, you got to believe what God says about you, and you got to believe in yourself, man. We gave away those shirts to some youth in Baltimore, you know, the ones we made that said "Built on Heart" on the back, and I explained to them, "Built on Heart." We're not talking about the one in your chest. We're talking about your belief system.
Yes.
And the things that you've accomplished, the things that we worked on for over 2 decades now, man. It's all built on our belief system, man. And once you got the truth about who you are, ain't nothing and nobody can stop you, man. So give yourself permission to live, man, and Coach, to be you.
I'm gonna tell you something. And I'm gonna tell you a moment in my life where I gave myself permission to live. I told you I was always kind of bullied because I stuttered a lot. And I never forget coming to school. And I was in the 9th grade, and of course I had to wear the same pair of pants because I didn't have anything else. And I remember coming to class, and I remember the circle of kids already there talking about me. And it was really interesting because when I walked past them was the first time that I spoke out my mouth clearly enough to say these words in the 9th grade. One day you will remember my name. Bro, I'll never forget it. I'm walking from the basketball gym. The first and only time I ever quit anything, right? Quit basketball. My coach, Stephen Poole, walked up to me and said, "Come in here, cafeteria. It's a wrestling mats." I was like, man, I ain't wrestling. I ain't doing none of that. And I went home that day and I realized that I had broke through something that had me beaten down for years, what everybody else thought of me, what the way everybody else seen me. In the 9th grade, when I got home from school, my mom looked at me and she said, "What's going on, baby?" And I said, "Mama, I found me." And I said it in a simple concept like, "Mom, like I get it. Like I'm gonna make it. Like I'm gonna be successful. Like I'm gonna Man, my mom would tell you this exact story, bro. I just went on and on just telling her how I had figured it out, how I was going to make it. Oh, my gosh. But that moment, bro, I never forget it. Stephen Poole, who became my wrestling coach and lead me to a state championship, will tell you that exact story, bro, the day I gave myself permission to live.
Yeah. Yes, it's like a turning point. It's like a crossroads. And all of our team, if they haven't experienced it yet, they will, man. An opportunity for you to say, forget this. I'm going full speed. I'm giving myself permission to live. When I was working at the bank for 13 years, man, I was a banker 13 years.
Yeah.
And it wasn't easy walking away from a job. And I don't recommend that for everybody. You know, I had a different situation. But I walked off, man. And the backlash I got from those that were around me, and at the time, even my parents, we spent this money for you to go to school. You got a good job and you're going to quit. But, man, I gave myself permission to live, man. And,
wow.
And that was over 25 years ago, man, and I've never returned. And so for those out there that may be going through a crossroad, you know, it's going to be an opportunity where you're going to get the chance to look in the mirror and say, you know what, that's it.
That's it.
For me, win, lose, or draw, I'm going all in. And we already know with championship mentality, there's no losses, only lessons.
Yeah.
And so we go from there.
Bro, look, you remember this, right? Me and you sitting downstairs in the weight room, and I never forget, we said to each other that day, Lou, we can't do abs. We can't do the second ab sheet going backwards. Mm. And I said to you, I said, Coach, I said, we got to get this done. I said, if we accomplish this, Coach, everything changes. Mm. Just so happened, that was 2003, Defensive Player of the Year. Mm. I'm just telling you, when we gave ourselves permission to live, what happens on top of your decision, right? What's for you is for you. One of the things that we've got caught in always being represented by a title. You got to be careful to be represented by a title. When somebody asks you, who are you or what you do, first of all, I'm a son of the king. Second of all, I do a whole lot, and it's not tied to no job title. When you give yourself permission to live from up under a title, you see life different. You see life totally different, brother.
So true, man. And so go through it, man. And like I said in the beginning, don't wait to be perfect in order to get started with your permission. Yeah. Don't wait for circumstances to be in the best situation. You know, don't wait till you stop sinning to want to come to church. You know, you don't take a new car to the car wash. You know what I mean? You just come as you are, man, and come to the King as you are. Give yourself permission to live. And we understand the state of this world, what's going on, the sadness, the sickness, the hate, and all those other things that we don't have to go into at the moment. But I'm going to give everybody one little tip before I go, man. You know, some people focus on what they're going through. Mm-hmm. And sometimes you understand that. But a championship mentality, have to focus on where you're going to.
Wow. Where you're headed.
Where you're headed. And that could be the difference from somebody. So if you can get nothing else from this, some people focus on what they're going through. Champions focus on where we're going to.
Yes, sir.
And so give yourself permission, man, and go where God has you.
Mic drop. Get out of here. Hey, Coach, I appreciate you, man.
One love, champ. See y'all next week.
You know what? Life is really interesting, right? And I want to leave you with these couple of thoughts. If you remember that the only person's permission you need to live your dreams is your own. That's it. I want you to think about what's 5 things you are holding on to in your life that stops you from living. I want you to write down those 5 things, and I want you to make sure you put those things behind you for this week. And then you're gonna come to a conclusion. Freedom to be yourself without permission. That's what we're doing this week. We're gonna change. The only way you change environments or the way people see life is you must have the freedom to be yourself and stop asking people and stop looking for likes and followers and know who you are. I am who I am, a child of the King. God bless you. Have an amazing week.